What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back, guys. Started the car yesterday, it was making a noise. I took the belt off the supercharger, set up, and the noise went away. Put it back on, and it's making it again, so we obviously have some sort of problem. I don't know if I can show you guys, let me see. Down here on the alternator pulley, it's got some pieces on it, like metal shavings. So, let me see if I can show you guys these little metal shavings. Anyways, it's really hard to show you guys. I can't show you. I can't get the camera to focus down there, but on the alternator pulley itself, you can see the pulley, but I can't get you guys. There's like a clump of metal just under that opening on the pulley, and it's kind of insane how much there is. Alright guys, so I got back. We went to the shop, did some racing. I'll put some videos in here of that. And then on top of that, this bad boy is making a racket. I'm pretty sure it's the alternator, like I told you guys earlier. It had some metal shavings. I didn't know if it was a pulley, if it was this. I'm pretty sure it's the alternator. I jacked it up, had it running, got underneath it, and I think that's what's doing it. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull the battery out. I already have the belt off, and I'm not even gonna take the tensioner off where the belt is because I don't have to take this off. We're just gonna pull the alternator out of it and see if that's what it is, and that's the case. So what those shavings are from, it almost looks like the pulley was slipping on the shaft, like the nut's not tight enough or something. Let me see if I can get you guys to hear this noise. Kind of a rattly type noise. I can definitely feel it in here, and I can hear it kind of echoing off this bracket. You can actually see it in the belt vibration. Look at that. It could be in the supercharger as well, guys. We are overspinning this guy pretty good, so. Just so you know, guys, always get yourself a nice, good fender cover, competition orange, to match the car. Just kidding, it's not really called competition orange, but it is orange. That's why I got it, to match the car. So I take these and I put a little anti-seize on these bolts. You can see it's kind of hard to see. A little bit the first time I took them in and out. After that, it doesn't really matter, but you can see the threads there are a little rusty, so I just make sure I put a little anti-seize on them. Definitely helps them out, keeps them in good shape. Now, if you look with the battery out of the way, we got all this beautiful room here. There's all that metal on there, guys. You guys can see that? Look at all that. What is that from? The only thing that I can think of is if the nut isn't tight enough and it's slipping when the pulley's trying to spin so fast and it's slipping and doing that. It doesn't feel loose, but it's about the only thing I can think of that's making noise, so. We're gonna go ahead and pull the alternator out, boys. So we got our 15 mil and our crappy China ratchet because I'm not at work. I don't have any of my good stuff here. That's going the wrong way. As you guys can see, I tighten my stuff like a man. So one of the first things I do is I'll just take this guy out. I'll just set him right there. Nice little home for him. Sometimes I'll put some anti-seize on him too, just so he comes out and people are like, oh, Chad, why do you anti-seize all this stuff? Well, because I know these alternators are gonna have to come in and out, and I don't want it to be hard on the bolts, taking it in and out a bunch of times. Makes it easier, as this is the 4th or 5th time I've pulled this alternator on this car. I've gotten pretty dang good at it, so again, I'm gonna jack up the other side of the car. So I'll show you guys what that looks like. Alright, boys. So now that we got that jacked up, let's get under here and get this freaking alternator out of here. There's a couple things we need. One, 10 mil socket to pull the power wire off the alternator. Flathead screwdriver to get it to clip the connector. If anybody watched Mustang Lifestyle recently, you'll know that he had a problem with his alternator wires in the connector.
people tend to pull on them because they put their finger on it and they think you can push it easily with your finger and pull it off. Sometimes you can, but what I've seen so far on these cars, they don't like that. You need something hard like a screwdriver, and you'll push it and feel it click, and you can literally push in with the screwdriver, push the detent down, and then actually pull it down with the screwdriver as well to pull it off. It'll just push in, click, and then you have so much pressure pushing in just to release that little detent, you can just slide it right down. That's what I do, seems to work really well for me. And then it keeps the load off the wires so you don't have to do it heated and get a new connector and then cut your old wires and splice it in. That's a little bit of a headache. It's not difficult, just tedious, so this is a way to avoid that. Also, we need a 13 millimeter, and I believe that's it, but we're gonna need a 13 millimeter socket with an extension because you gotta loosen the bracket to get it out. So I believe that's it, guys, all we're gonna need, except for, actually one more. Got our handy dandy 10 mil. Get it in arm's reach. Let me bring you guys with me. Get over here. So as you guys can see, there's the alternator. It's chilling up there. We got the wire coming off of it, which is right there with the black boot. We're gonna take that guy off. Also, the connector, we slid down under here. If you guys can see, there's that gray connector I was talking about, guys. We're gonna take that and push on the back of it with a screwdriver. You can see it's a little scratched up from me doing that, but it seems to save the wires. We don't pull the wires out of the back of it, and we'll get it out. And then we got this bolt, obviously, to take out, which is a 13 millimeter. And then the bracket that it's connected to there's two 10 mils, one down there. That's it, that 10 mil. And there's one up above, which is kind of difficult to see, boys. I don't know if we can quite see it. It's right above the alternator right there, real shiny, you guys can see it, there it is. See that bolt right there? That's a 10 mil head just to the upper left of the alternator. We got that guy to remove, and the one right below it on the bracket, and we're gonna be Gucci. It'll give us enough room to then wiggle this alternator down and out of here, so. She is, guys. A little bit of Jenga, and the alternator's out. Alright guys, so here it is. As you guys can see, there's a little bit of like dirt and debris on there. That's kind of crazy. That's almost if the pulley's spinning on here. It is. See that, guys? That's our problem. This nut hasn't bit in. If you guys just saw that right there, that's the noise. See that, guys? See how the shaft's staying still? Because I'm moving this guy and you can see, so that's our problem, guys. We found it. What I'm gonna do now is take this off, put a little Loctite on this bad boy, on the threads, get my impact, and smack this thing on there, and hopefully we don't have this problem again. I may order a bigger pulley, 3.5 inch instead of a 3.2. It's what I truly need, so I'm gonna do some research to do that. And when I do that, I gotta find a whole new belt and everything else too at the same time. So there you go, guys. If you have a rickety clickety clackety noise like I had, which I almost wasn't expecting it to be this, but when I looked at it and saw the metal shavings, I knew something was up. And yeah, so let me show you guys, I guess, how to fix that too. Okay guys, I got my 15/16 socket, which fits this. And I'm gonna run an adapter to then my gun that I have over here to 3/8. Sorry guys, throwing it around, but to my 3/8. So it's kind of crazy how much it kind of rounded the edge of this nut. This thing actually used to have some teeth in it. And you can see just what it's done to this pulley. In that little amount of time, guys, you can see how much it's chewed that pulley and put a little bit of a groove into it. That's kind of crazy. So It's kind of a bummer. The back of it looks pretty good. Doesn't look too bad. So I blew that off, clean that out. So let me show you guys what I'm doing for the meantime to get this guy to, I think it's scared, guys, the nut tried to run away out of my hands because it's scared to get some grooves cut in it. So here's what I'm gonna do. To fix this for the meantime until I can order a new pulley or get a new nut, I am gonna get a new pulley, guys. Like I said, I need a 3.5 inch. And I need to get a bigger belt, so I'm gonna have to order the pulley and then go to the parts store, find the belt. I can kind of guesstimate a belt size, but these greenback belts are expensive, so what I'll do is I'll go to the AutoZone parts store, AutoZone, O'Reilly's, whatever, look up my belt, look up a size bigger. The belt that I have now is so close to just barely going on. As you guys can see, I have the tensioner maxed and the belt barely slips on. It's that tight of a fit. This is the way that I found works best, is I'll just set the car up, get belts, a cheap belt, find the one that fits, and then I'll go online and find the HD version, because most stores don't stock an 8-rib HD belt in that size. So I find whatever size it is in a regular belt, and then I'll have them order it in that same size in an HD belt, and that seems to work best. Let me show you guys what I'm gonna do on this. As you can see, my graveyard of other alternators over there, along with that guy down there. So this one's an AutoZone reman, been really good. Where, oh where is my hacksaw? Alright boys, this is all we're gonna do. We're gonna take this guy and we're gonna make some cuts. It's kind of my own teething, as you can see, my own teeth on there, like factory. So I'm gonna do a couple of those, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like when I'm done, because it's really hard to do one-handed. Alright boys, so there it is. As you can see, I cut the groove so that way if this tries to spin back, these are going to want to dig into itself and prevent it from going. If it tries to tighten, it's not going to want to dig into itself like that. So that's why I cut them with a groove going backwards. So that groove's going to make it want to grab and bite, versus spinning it this way, it won't want to grab and bite. So that's the reason I cut them that way, if you guys can see the angle for loosening. And yeah, I think it came out pretty good. I think this will work pretty well for the meantime. They definitely have, and I made sure to cut and get a little depth in them so you guys can see that they have some actual depth between them. Like on the teeth, you can see the teeth over here, they have a little bit of range there. So the beauty of that is we got some good depth, some good bite, so yeah. So I think that's gonna work for us, guys. I'm gonna clean up the pulley a little bit with a, I think I have an air grinder here. I don't know. Like I said, this isn't work, so I'm gonna try and smooth this guy out a little bit, clean it up, because it looks pretty ugly. We have a lot of aluminum kind of rolled over the edge, the lip in here, so I'm gonna clean this guy up, and then yeah. Safety first, guys. Always have your glasses on. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so change tips here. As you can see, this is a cone style tip. I also want to come in here and just be like, and just clean that out. There's a little bit of lip in there, and then I want to just come and smooth some of this out real quick. Just a nice smoothing, boys, you know what I mean? If you guys like this type of stuff, you like this fab, grinding this, I always think this stuff's boring to me, but maybe you guys find it interesting. Maybe you find it, you know, like you can learn something. Look at that sweet hair, guys. Damn. But maybe you guys find this stuff interesting. I don't know. If this is interesting and you guys like watching me do what I do, let me know. Comment down below. Say, hey Chad, I like the fab, and I'll continue showing you guys what I do. I work in a shop myself. I'm thinking about throwing some of that footage in here for you guys. Tell me if you guys like that stuff. If you do, let me know. Say, hey, I like the shop stuff, or hey, I like the fab work, and I'll keep it rolling in the videos for you guys. So, alright boys, so we got it in here pretty much cleaned up. If you look here, it's pretty good. My ding face, the face of this thing. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you look, it's pretty smooth. We got a pretty consistent smooth. I don't know if you can see that well on camera. It's not perfect, it's a little rough, but that's okay. That's what I want. It's gonna give my nut here some good bite. Oh yeah, boys, I can already feel the bite of that nut. That nut is gonna, she's just gonna grab here, boys. Like new, boys, you're never even gonna know. Who's gonna know? Frickin' alternator inspector wouldn't even see this crap, boys. Let me just sign it right here. Here we go, boys. We got my CJ initials on there, boys.
I know there's some Loctite in this dang drawer. Yeah, guys, I know it's a mess in here. Trust me, I know it's dirty. I know you're the cleanest human being on planet Earth, and yours is so much cleaner and more organized, and you know, you're just the bee's knees. This looks like some good stuff, boys. Right here, if you're wondering what I'm using, here it is, boys. Scotchwell Thread Locker TL42. If this goes on NASCAR, it can go on my car, okay, guys? Mine's faster than NASCAR, boys. Come on now, come on. Everybody knows my car's faster than NASCAR. What you talking about, Willis? What you guys talking about? Look at, I like this view, guys. What do you think? Yeah, let me set you up a bit. Oh shoot, we gotta cut the nipple, boys. You see that? We got a nipple. I'm just kidding. Now shake it. I don't want to have you guys down there because you could get spilled on, whatever. YOLO, you only live once, boys. Here we go, boys. Nut. Dang, this is some thick stuff, boys. I'm also gonna put some on the threads here so you guys can see some on the threads here. You know, just like that. Sound effects just like that. And I always do it at the beginning threads so you guys know. So when you're doing this, you want to put it on the top threads because when you spin your nut on, it's going to spin it down to the rest of the threads. And I'm going to put a little bit actually on the aluminum itself here. Liquidy coming up through here. That's what you want to see too, is that you got enough as it's coming up through there. Now we're going to take my handy dandy Milwaukee and we're going to put it on 3. We're taking the handy dandy Milwaukee on power 3, boys. Battery left is power 3 at one hand. So now, guys, here we go. We got our socket on. Here we are. We got a really good, nice, locked on. Beautiful. I mean, I couldn't even see these marks. I don't know about you guys. I couldn't, you know. Yeah. So all we gotta do now, boys, is put it back in. Pray to the Lord Jesus that it works. You seeing that? You see that right there? Whoa, be careful, guys. This thing bites, man. Don't get too close, guys. Don't get too close. Alrighty, guys. So our alternator's back in. Belt's back on. As you guys can see, we got the belt back on there. Alternator is back in place. Now all we gotta do, and everything is tight with this, by the way. Now all we gotta do is put the battery box and battery back in. So I'm gonna knock that out real quick and then we're gonna fire this bad boy up. I wanna give you guys one last little tip. My last little tip is when you guys are going to tighten your battery terminals, don't over tighten these. It's very easy, especially on 0304 Cobras, to over tighten these. Put it on, and literally as soon as you start feeling pressure on it, if yours isn't jacked up yet, as soon as you start feeling pressure, a little tension on it, you know, like, or resistance I should say, because you'll be turning it and you start to feel a little resistance, just go a little bit more and that's it. It's so easy to ruin these. So that's my tip for you guys, to save you a little money and save you a little headache. But here it is, boys, we're back. She's ready to roll. Let me go wash my hands and we're gonna fire her up and make sure the noise is gone. Oh, I'm excited, guys. Alright guys, let's go ahead and fire up this little snakey snake. She sounds good. Nice and quiet. Yay, yay. No more ring, ring, rattly, ring, ring in the snare. Dang, dang. There it is, guys. 14 something at idle battery voltage. I'm happy with that, ladies and gents. So, well, alright guys, that does it for this video. If you guys like this video, if you like learning about my car and a little bit and seeing me do the alternator and fixing it, and if you like this video and you like this content, let me know down below. That way I can continue doing this. Tell me exactly what you liked about it. If you like the fabrication, if you like the, you know, hands-on, the video, you know, of everything in detail and showing you guys what bolts to work on and pull out and what you have to do to, you know, get the alternator in and out, you know, stuff like that. Let me know. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Get the heck out of here.